Hi everyone, welcome to Story Time. Today I'm going to read part 2 of this story called I Won't Go to China. This book was written by Enda Whyley, illustrated by Marie Thorhague of the Cartoon Saloon and published by O'Brien Press. So, that Saturday, Changming got on the plane to Beijing. He started right away on his report. He settled down in his seat with the red notebook and started to draw the animals that go with each Chinese year. Mei Li reminded him of the story of the animals. Long ago, a magic king invited all the animals to a New Year party. When they heard about the celebrations, every animal wanted to go, but only the first 12 to arrive were allowed in. The king then named the years after those animals, and all the others went away disappointed. You were born in the year of the snake, Teo said. That means you are sensitive and kind. Changming drew the snake very big and coloured it brightly. He was pleased to have the snake as his special animal. Then he drew the mouse, the ox, the tiger, the hare, the dragon, the horse, the sheep, the monkey, the rooster, the dog and the pig. Mei Li watched her son draw and smiled. When they arrived in Beijing 12 hours later, Changming felt tired and hot. Soon they left the airport and Changming stared around. There were people everywhere. They were rushing to catch trains and buses and planes. They were all going home for the new year. It's like Christmas back in Ireland, said Changming. Only worse. We're lucky, his dad said. Grandma lives right here in the city. They got on a bus to go to her street. Changming had never seen anything like Beijing. There were wide streets with lots of traffic lanes and apartment blocks over 40 floors high. Far off in the distance, he spotted temples and towers and old walls. There were bicycles everywhere. Changming couldn't stop taking photographs. Soon the bus stopped in the centre of the city. Grandma lives down this old narrow street called Mao Er Hutong. That means Cat's Ear Lane, because the alley is so small, Teo explained. Many of the old houses have been knocked down to make room for office blocks and apartments, but your grandma still lives in one. Changming saw a pair of stone lions standing at a bright red gate. Mei Li turned the copper rings on the gate and it opened into a courtyard full of plants and flowers, with 4 rooms facing out onto it. The courtyard keeps everyone safe from the terrible winter winds and the dust storms of spring, Mei Li said. A door was flung open and there was Changming's grandmother. She had been busy sweeping all the rooms to clean away bad luck for New Year. When she saw her family, she dropped the brush. Changming, my only grandson, she cried. Her old face burst into a huge smile. She threw her arms around Changming and he felt strange and happy. The days sped by. Changming helped his dad with the preparations for New Year. On each side of Grandma's front door, they hung 2 large pieces of red paper with good luck greetings printed on them. Changming also went to have his hair cut because Grandma said that this would bring him good luck. As his hair fell to the floor, Changming closed his eyes and made a special wish. I wish we will beat Grove School and I can play in the next match. Grandma had decided to hold a special party. The house was filled with beautiful flowers and incense was lit. Grandma and Mei Li cooked delicious fish and chicken for everyone. They also made dumplings stuffed with pork and vegetables. Some of the dumplings had coins hidden in them, and others had dates. If you get a dumpling with a coin, you will be wealthy, Grandma explained to Changming. And the dates mean you will be lucky, said Mei Li. They had all bought new Chinese clothes for the party. Can I take them home to Dublin? Changming asked. Of course, Grandma said. Tell all your class that Chinese people wear something red at New Year because red keeps sadness away, explained Grandma. That's why I got you red socks. And will I let you into a secret, Changming? She winked. I am wearing red underwear for good luck and happiness, but don't tell your friends that. Changming giggled. He most certainly would tell them. He even drew a picture of her in the big notebook wearing only her underwear. He didn't show it to her, of course. The party was wonderful. It was midnight when everyone began to eat the dumplings. Changming had never been up so late. But soon he felt his eyes close, and he crept into bed to the sounds of chattering and firecrackers popping. The grown-ups stayed up all night to welcome in the new year. In the days that followed New Year, there were lots to do. On the first day, Changming was given a red envelope with money inside to bring him good luck. On the second day, everyone prayed to their ancestors. It was also the birthday of dogs, and Grandma told Changming to be very kind to any dogs he saw. But the best day of all was the 15th day. People gathered in Grandma's house to share small, round, sweet dumplings with surprises inside. Then Changming went outside with Grandma to help light lots of candles in the street. The candles will bring lost spirits home, Grandma said. Then they all held lanterns with candles inside and walked through the streets and parks together. It was a wonderful lantern festival. Changming heard loud drums and the crash of cymbals. A huge Chinese dragon, painted in bright colours, danced down the street and everyone cheered. "And we have good news for you," Changming Mei roared over the noise. "The school team beat the Grove, and Mrs. Pepper said you are to play in the next game." "Yippee!" Changming shrieked. His wish had come true. "Now I am an expert reporter and a footballer." He had millions of photographs of interesting things, and his notebook was full of notes and drawings. He looked at his parents. "I'm glad to be Chinese," he told them. "This is great." Mei and Teo smiled. Changming was happy again. It was getting dark and the lanterns made the streets glow orange. Changming felt his heart swell with happiness. Just then his grandma put her arms around him. She must have been feeling the same way. "Happy New Year, my dearest grandson," she said.